Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Quivz. Quivz Does Stuff is the channel you're watching. And today I'm going to do the more demo version of Minecraft RTX that I didn't do last time. Last time I actually just played survival in an RTX world. This time I'm actually gonna, this is creative, and we're gonna walk around and actually look at RTX, what it does and how it differs. So currently, this is with RTX off. So this is your standard Minecraft experience. This is what it normally looks like. You know, apparently it looks jittery as hell as well. Don't know why that is. A bit laggy. Oh well. Don't know how much area this guy's done. Is there a village over here? Is that a normal village? I've never seen a village that looks like that. Must just be something new that I'm not aware of. Very likely that's just, yeah, that must be a regular village because there's a golem. So, apparently there's a different kind of village that I've never seen before and wasn't aware was a thing. Anyway, that's much of a muchness. Ooh, there's an ice patch over there as well. Cool. Right, well, I again forgot to look up the creator's name. But anyway, some guy, if I remember, I'll put it in the comments, I probably won't remember, created this medieval looking village with castle and houses and stuff. That's quite pretty. It's quite a nice construction. Very well done. But they also did so using I don't know what the technical term for it is, a package with blocks specifically enabled for RTX. I don't know why the music just cut there, that was kind of disconcerting. Anyway, let's start by looking at this windmill. So, in just a second, I'm going to turn RTX on, and then we're going to explore around. And then I'm going to come out again, and then I'm going to play around with a few of the blocks, and I'm going to sort of show you how some blocks differ. Now, each of these blocks that do differ, they would have had to be made to differ in this specific pack. So it's not like you can just go into regular Minecraft and turn RTX on and those blocks are going to look like that, because there's no official RTX textures yet. You'd have to make your own. I did say I was going to get around to making my own. I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. I've been busy with Cyberpunk. Still playing the heck out of that game. Alright, well. Time for RTX on. Alright, so it has to load. But there you go. Now that, at the moment, doesn't look that impressive. But when you look at the way the light falls and moves... as the sun... Where is the sun? Why is it so foggy at the moment? It's just foggy at the moment. Anyway. But yeah, the light actually changes. So look at the shadows, for example, underneath here. If you look very carefully, you can see the shadow slowly creeping across that block. Now let's turn RTX back off again. And yeah, nothing like that at all. So that is one of the many things about ray traced goodness. So that would be global illumination, is what that one is. Can I get through this door? I can. Alright, and we're inside. And again, so this is torches are currently point lights. I don't know why it's running so badly. I might have changed my stream settings to make the actual stream process of a higher what's his face. I do everything on one computer. I don't use a capture card. I might pause it a bit and go out and have a look at the stream settings and see if I can fix that. It could be that I'm using too much processing power on the stream and not enough on the actual game. I might have to load up some software to watch what my CPU GPU is doing. Anyway, so RTX on, RTX off. See, the torches provide illumination within the space, but they're not point lights. Yeah, man, that is really laggy, getting horrible frames per second. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this because of the way OBS works, but let's bring up the Microsoft game bar. No, okay, you can't see it on the stream that I can see. And let's just pin that and have a quick look. I am getting 60 frames per second. It's not like it's dipping or dropping or anything. So I don't know what's going on there. My CPU usage is pegged at 100%. So I would say that is the stream software using up every last bit of core that I have. But, and that's with RTX off. So with RTX on, the CPU usage drops. Nope, goes back up to nearly 100%. The GPU still stays at, 60-ish%. I do have a 2080 Super, which is a reasonably good card. Last gen, it's one of the better ones you could get in last gen. Right. Now, I'm going to turn RTX off again. Before we turn around and look at this. Oh wow, some really seriously bad frame drops. Alright, RTX off, and the sun is wherever the sun is now. But again, this is about to look very, very different. RTX on. Now that is global illumination. Makes a huge difference. Everything is far prettier. Oh look, here's a dark place. Let's go into the dark place. You see how dark it actually is? But things like this. So this light block is of course made as a point illumination block then. But not every block currently is. Like you have to go in and program it, and they haven't programmed everything. And look at this stone. See how it's actually shiny? Ooh, shiny. You can actually see the reflection of that block in the floor. Now that is RTX, my friends. That is what sets it apart from previous ways we used to fake light in video games. So another one that a lot of people don't realize, and it's not demonstrated as well in Minecraft, but it is demonstrated, is the way light is diffuse. So this area here, okay, with the exception of that block there, is lit by diffused light. So what we would do before in a game where you wanted to fake that is this house here would have a when there was objective light, so for example in this case it would be the sun, which is over there somewhere at the moment, hidden behind that fog bank that I can't really see exactly where it is. It would cast light towards this house, and then the house would cast stark shadows across the ground. And basically what that would be is the graphics processor would work out, alright, anywhere where there is a point that cannot see the light, reduce the brightness of the texture or the overlay on top of that texture by a set percentage, say like 30% or 40% or something. And that's all it would do. So all you would see is a slightly darkened area. Whereas with, what is the commands? I don't know all the damn commands. No, that's not what I'm looking for. There's no shortcut to all the... Aha, time. Let's go to day. Yes? Yes, good. Right. So what you get instead with ray tracing is that the light bounces like real light does. So like when you walk into the shade of a tree, it's not like everything goes dark. It goes darker because you're in the shadow and there's no direct light. But there's still light bouncing off things around you. So for example, you know, the grass to either side of the tree, the light's hitting that and some of it is scattering into that shadowed area, which is why you can see it. It doesn't just become dark as night because you can't see the sun directly. That's not what happens. Light bounces off other things and bounces into dark areas, meaning that the shadows aren't black as pitch. And that's what happens with RTX. So we don't have to fake that. by going, let's just reduce it by 30%. That looks like an appropriate shadow. Looks like a somewhat realistic shadow. Instead, what they do is they actually look at light scattering and how the light scatters off objects and ends up in other areas. Which is why it looks much more realistic. Which is why also, so back down here, the sun is hitting this area directly. You can see the sun hits this, it's direct. Right there you can't, but you can still see this area here, like you can actually make it out, because there's enough light around this area scattering and bouncing, say, off these blocks, back into this area that you could see. But when I go down here into this tunnel, besides that light there and the light that's bouncing off these wooden blocks here and scattering over this way, oh, barrel, didn't know, you can't see anything. It's almost pitch black, and that's because the only light is the diffuse light, and there's a lot less diffuse light in here because it's only coming from this bit of outside and this light here. Let's break this light here and show you. Okay, actually that didn't get as much darker as I thought it was going to get, but I think that's more of a Minecraft setting. Let's I suppose it doesn't matter what I use, does it? Oops. Well, I'm going to say that's a Minecraft thing, and it doesn't want it to be pitch black because it doesn't want it to be pitch black. Otherwise, I have no idea what's actually producing the light in this area. There shouldn't be anything producing light in this area. Man, it's been a long time since I've been in creative. I don't know how any of this stuff works. I don't know where to find anything. I don't remember what the buttons are. But there, that's a much better example as well. See, so this here is so shadowed because the light can't get there. And you see how there's now two shadows. There's a shadow line there from that torch, and there's a shadow line there from that torch. But this shadow here, the difference between them, there's two levels of shadow, because that one is only not getting the light from that torch, but it is getting the light from that torch. So this light here is the combination of both those torches. This here is the light only from that torch, and this here is the absence of the light from both torches. That's a dynamically produced shadow based on object point lighting. It's not a 30% reduction in brightness because it's because of, well, that would also still be ray tracing. It would still actually trace a ray, which is just a line that has a starting point and direction. That's a ray. It's actually the same thing in mathematics. You can have a ray, which is like from 1 to 10. That is a ray. Actually no, I don't think that's a ray, because I don't think a ray has an end point. So a ray is from 1 and up, I would guess. I'm trying to remember exactly. But anyway, a ray is just something that has a starting point and goes in a particular direction. So even back in the previous versions, we still technically had ray tracing. It was still traced, but it wasn't as dynamically produced as it is now. Let me put another torch there and see if I can get a third shadow. Can you see the third gradation? Not really, hey. Still looks like just two. Let's see if I can put another one there. What does that do? No, not really. I think that's a matter of the floor. You can sort of see it. There's one there that's like this triangle. And there's another triangle in there. And then there's that bit back there. But yeah, so that's sort sort of a better example of how ray tracing works. Let's have a look around this village. What else did they do? They've really gone out of their way to create something, and I haven't really looked at it yet. Nice little homes all over the place. Fireplaces. Looks like the fireplace, campfire, whatever the hell that block is, I forget, has also been turned into a point light, so that works. Now there's a lot of buttons everywhere. Most of those buttons don't do anything, or if they do something weird, because they're not actually meant to be buttons. They're meant to be decoration. They're just meant to look like something else. So I guess he wanted that wall to look slightly textured. I say he, it could be a he or a she. I don't remember who the creator of this medieval world is. I haven't downloaded any of the other worlds, but I do want to look at some of the other worlds. So when we go out to download another world, we shall look at the creator of this one and call them out. Actually call them out. Right, can I get out? Oh, I can't get out of there. God damn it. Oh, can go up again. Ooh, and it's really dark up here. This is where they store all their stuff, apparently. And another bedroom. This is where they lock up the princess. But yeah, so it's object point lighting such as this is very, very different to anything we previously had in Minecraft or many other games. And there are a lot of great games for RTX. Previously, in my opinion, the best example that I saw of it was Control. Control had excellent use of RTX. It was absolutely gorgeous. When you walked around on the polished marble floors and had RTX on and cranked, it looked absolutely amazing. But the current record holder, in my opinion, now has to be Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk took it to another level. Even with the latest Titanic graphics cards, now when I say Titanic I don't mean Titan, but a RTX 3090, if you were lucky enough to get your hands on one, if you paid the scalpers, I hope you didn't, we should never support that kind of behavior, but if you do have one, you might be able to run Cyberpunk at 4K with RTX on in Ultra and get like 15-16 frames per second with DLSS off. But it looks stunning. It looks absolutely and utterly amazing. So look, I could go through all these buildings, and I'm sure they did a lot of detail, and like every building probably has something in it and so on and so forth. Let's have a bit of a look in the castle, shall we? So this is like the castle courtyard, I would guess. The church, let's have a look in the church. Ah, there you are. Stained glass. And you can kind of see on the floor. It's not heaps obvious, but it's actually tinted different colors. I'll do some experiments with this in a second. Let me just go outside and check where the sun is, because I think that might be what the problem is that the sun's already gone down, or... Yeah, so that's the moon rising over there. So let's change the time again to sunrise. So that's the sun coming up from behind this stained glass window. And you should actually see the colours as the time progresses change and spread across the floor. Like, look, you can actually see the colours reflected on these surfaces here at the table, and there on this side of the wall. Look, there's red, there's yellow, there's more red. There should be a blue one up the top, but I think that's actually currently blending on that green at the moment. And as the sun moves further up, you'll actually see those colours move further up the wall as well. Or will it move down? No, it'll move down, because as the sun goes up, it'll change the angle and it'll end up moving downwards across the floor. In fact, there it is. You can see the shadow slowly creeping. And that is RTX. You don't get that. it can be faked, but the amount of effort it takes to fake it is astronomical compared to how it can be done much more realistically with proper calculations in RTX cores. Now, it's not like AMD can't do it. They can do it. The new AMD graphics cards, with whatever their ray tracing technology is called, can do it. It's not as mature as NVIDIA's. NVIDIA's is already on their second generation of this. So the first one was Turing, and now it's Ampere? No, that can't be right. Can't remember what the name of the cores are, but anyway, they are basically just segments of the graphics card that is designed to do nothing but do the ray tracing calculations, which are almost as complex as every other calculation that normally occurs on a graphics card. So they essentially set aside a section that says, right, these all do just that unless they're doing nothing, at which point we can leverage them to do other calculations. Excuse me, a bit of drink. Right. Now, let's have a bit of a look inside this, what I assume is the castle. Just because there might be some other cool things in here on purpose. Yeah, the barred windows, you can actually see the bars. Cake is a lie. It's not really there, honest. Let's see now. A lot of dark corridors in this place. Let's go down. Oh, well, that's nothing major. But, yeah, again. You know, the light, the way the shadows are cast are realistic as opposed to simulated. I mean, they're still simulated. They're just simulated more realistically than normal. Alright, so I don't think there's heaps more to do here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside, find myself a little bit of a space in the sunshine, and we'll do a few experiments. Try to demonstrate. That's a nice open looking space over there. What's going on over there? That's all open. Oh, it's water, that's why. So let's have a look at the water as well. So this is just one deep water. The way it actually reflects onto the ground underneath. So let's dig down one. Okay, it still doesn't actually do that, but let's go into it. Even that. See? When I look up, unless I look directly up, like water, you can actually see, well, very clear water. You can actually see what is under the water reflected back at you from the surface of the water when you're underneath it. That is also ray tracing. You don't get that without good ray tracing. Again, that can also be faked. You could create textures and stuff to pretend that that's what's going on, but you can't be as accurate as this, where every single square actually exists, and if I change a square, the reflection changes. Yeah. So once again, another amazing bit of RTX demonstration. Right, now let's set up a few different demonstrations. Where is our sun direction? Well, at the moment it's directly overhead. Okay. I think that could still work for us. What am I going to try and accomplish? Let's start with... see if I can find... Let's have a look at what some of the other blocks look like. Some of the ones that I expect to be shiny or emissive. Glazed terracotta might have something going for it. I don't know. Let's just pick any one. Let's try with purple. Red nether probably doesn't look any different, but we'll have a look. Lapis lazuli might look different. Emerald's probably going to look different. I imagine iron's going to look different. Prismarine probably does. Maybe dark prismarine as well, but that'll do for now. Alright. So let's have a look at a block of iron. Doesn't that look a lot different? So they haven't made it too shiny. I think some of the skins that I've seen, they've gone too far. But it's shiny. It reflects the environment around it somewhat. So if I was to... So you can actually see these blocks behind me reflected in the surface. And it's got bumps, like it looks more three-dimensional than it did before. From different angles you can see the different texture depths. That's bump mapping that it didn't have before either, so that's also been added for ray tracing. Alright, so that's a block of iron. Let's have a look at a block of gold. See, similar thing, but yellow, of course. The sun is directly overhead. What does it look like from above at the moment? See, very shiny. You can see the sun in it. Exactly. Let's try some diamond. Ooh. So that is mostly reflective. It kind of gives the impression of being somewhat translucent, like you can see through it, but it isn't. It's actually reflecting what's behind me. Or is it? Is it magnifying? Can't be magnifying, can it? No. What is it actually seeing? I think it might be... No, it's definitely reflecting, because that's that bit behind me there. Right, okay, so it is reflection, right. Yeah, so it's also slightly reflective. Let's try purple block and see what that looks like. Okay, that doesn't look like anything special, so they probably didn't do anything to that. Nether brick, probably didn't do anything to that. Lapis lazuli looks different. It's got a little bit of shine to it. They haven't gone overboard with the shine on lapis lazuli. What about emerald? Again, I think it's got a little bit of shine to it, but they haven't gone overboard. Alright, let's have a look at some other blocks. What else is there that should be interesting? I don't imagine any of these are going to look any good. Let's have a look and see if a slime block looks like anything different. Smooth quartz. No, I don't think anything else there is going to really look all that different. Decorative stone, probably not really. Honey block maybe, but I doubt it. All the terracottas, probably not. Ah, glass, that's what I need. So let's get primary colors. So yellow, light blue or blue, let's go blue. And red, pink, magenta, purple. Is there no red? Oh, there it is. I was going to say. And let's grab some black. Right. So now, using the angle of the sun, if I was to put a, let's say, yellow stained block there, you can actually see the yellow stain there. So let's break that, put a blue one there instead. You can kind of see the, let's put, see what slime blocks actually look like, whether they make any difference. They do! So you can still kind of see through them, and they affect the light. That's good. That's very good. Now what do I need? I need something, oops, wrong button. Something like just a decorative stone block would be appropriate, I think. Plain stone bricks. It's raining. Alright, so I'll have to go in here and see what I can do about weather. And let's move the sun again to... I don't really want that. Let's just go to new and that'll work anyway. It's a little bit cloudy. Can I clear the clouds away as well? Weather clear. I want it clearer than that. Oh well, doesn't matter. You can sort of see the blue there anyway. Let's actually just go in and change that so it's a little bit clearer. Right, so you can see the blue reflection, and then you can see the red reflection. Now let's do something cool. Let's put a red block and a blue block. Should be purple, but it's too hard to see because that cloud's in the way. Go away, cloud. Don't want you right now. But yeah, it's additive, so you can combine colors, primary colors. So red and blue will make purple, and blue and yellow will make green. If I can sort of, whoops. What did I say? Blue and yellow. Should if the sun stays overhead and gets out from behind the clouds, which is what's really ruining things for us at the moment. Somewhere here you should actually be able to see some green light. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. I swear that cloud and the sun are moving at the same rate. So the sun is just stuck behind that cloud. I'm going to reset the time again. Noon. Whoops. Time. Noon. Right. So it's very hard to see because it is dim. But that is a green light. I can make it more obvious perhaps with a torch. Is that something I can do, or is that asking too much? Yeah, that's asking too much, I would say. But yeah, that's a greenish hue because... So let's get rid of the blue and we'll put the red. See if we get an orangish hue. We do. So let's see, that's normal red and that's orange. And that's because the colors are actually additive. So let's go back into inventory and see if there's any other interesting blocks. I don't know whether there would be. It probably would have been better to do with stained glass panes. Let's see if stained glass panes work any better. Not that they're easy to place. But yeah, you see that produces that color, but and I'm gonna have to go above. I think, whoops, that's not a... Well, let's do that. So there's blue, but some of it's purple. So that is some of how RTX works. Now, what other blocks have we got? What have we got in the way of light blocks? Things that are actually emissive. Well, we've got torches, we've got campfires. What else actually emits light in the first place? Sea lantern does. I bet you they did sea lanterns, because they'll look really nice. Maybe lava, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Definitely glowstone. Glowstone's got to have changed for sure. I'll try some lanterns. I don't know whether lanterns are going to work. We know campfires work, so we'll have a crack at them as well. And torches. Oh, and redstone torches are supposed to work too. I wonder about a block of redstone. Let's try that. Right, let's have a look and see if a block of redstone does anything different. No, it does look very different though, doesn't it? So that's also got fly bump mapping and a little bit of shininess. So it looks more 3D than it did before. Let's try, we're going to have a problem if I just do that. Let's let's try. That should actually be darker than that, but there you go. Look at that. Can't tell me that's normal, or how it worked before. It's all glowy. You see how it works on the entire area around here as well? It's not just... Right, let's have a look at glowstone. Now that looks amazing. That's really cool. Look at the way it reflects in the glass blocks. Even on the gold. Alright, let's try a lantern. So a lantern does work, it's just very dim, but it does work. It's not like it's not producing light as expected. I don't actually know the placement of a lantern. There we go. Yeah, look at that. That really works. What about a sea lantern? Okay, so that has not been programmed properly. Or does that need to be switched on? I don't actually honestly know what a sea lantern is or how it works. Let's try a lever. Get rid of slime blocks. Put a lever next to a sea lantern. Ah, thunderstorm, cool. Now I don't know if that's been programmed for ray trace lighting, whether the lightning bolts will actually be ray traced or not. I know the moon actually is. The moon works. There's another thing you can see, the reflection on the water. Always nice. Something that you couldn't get before. Alright, campfire. We know campfire works and that looks good-ish. Let's remove all the other lights around this area so that you can see. Okay, so I know sea lantern doesn't work, so if we use that. See? Very faint, but it works. It does, it produces light. Yeah, I didn't see it. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Alright, let's try regular light. We've seen regular torches, but there you go, regular torch. Produces light in an area. And now the much dimmer, well at least I expect to be dimmer, redstone torch. It's actually not that much dimmer, it's quite bright, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think they've added ray trace lighting for the lightning bolts, otherwise I probably would have seen it. Right, what else have we got? There's got to be more than that, I'm sure. Fireworks? Probably not. Never used fireworks before. I don't know how they work. Do I just need a flint and stone to... Oh, no, apparently not. Yeah, I don't think that's been ray traced. That didn't look right, did it? Yeah, maybe. Nah, don't think that's been ray traced. Else is there? What else is there? What else is there? Oh, I don't know how these work or what I'm supposed to do with them. That was silly. I pull out something you don't know how to use. Yeah, I mean that's just a thing. Like there's so much Minecraft since I last played Minecraft that I don't know how everything works at the moment. Didn't even know there was such a thing as a trap chest. That's new to me as well. Sorted buttons. Where is the light block that you can turn on and off? Ah, redstone lamp. That's what I'm looking for. I've got levers, so that'll work. Right. Nice, huh? The way it reflects in the water. You can also... way the light refracts within the glass. So it bends and shapes it like real glass. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Really, really impressive. Great use. Looking through the red, through the magenta. Damn, lightning is pretty awesome in this game. I forgot how good it was. Yeah, so look, we'll call it there for this map. That's just some stuff. Now, some of the maps are more impressive, and they do. A lot of them do show off different things. They all sort of have different. Can't tell me that's not cool. They do all sort of have different bits and pieces to show off. Some of them have very different textures. They're not all the same. So I do actually have to download other ones, but that's okay. We can do that. So we'll quit. We'll go to the marketplace. That was creative, so we'll delete that because we don't need it. Delete world. Yes, that's my survival game. Right. Back to here so I can go to the marketplace. And the quickest way is to go in here and to type RTX. And there you go. So buy NVIDIA. Aurelian Sama? That doesn't let me know whether that's male or female, to be honest, but oh well. Oh, there's some new ones. I haven't seen this before. 4 skins, 1 world. Portal Pioneers. And textures. Cyclone designs. Into other worlds and leverage ray tracing as part of gameplay. Immersive story, voiceover, robot. Okay, that's a bit excessive. I don't think that's quite the level that we want to go to. We just want stuff that you can explore. Let's see, what else is good? Colosseum RTX. The Dark Village, the Observer RTX, Festive Holiday. Okay, I think that's basically it. Take a tour? Oh. Yeah, these just show you bits and pieces of I think the world you currently have selected. Okay, this is different. I haven't seen this one. This is by Pearlescent Moon, so we'll grab that. Right, let's set on survival easy. We'll change that to peaceful and creative. And create. Right. And again, RTX on, RTX off, RTX on, RTX off. Now my frames go to nearly double, or they sort of jump to nearly double, but then they drop again because the draw distance with RTX off is much higher. So I actually end up around 60 frames with RTX off as well, but that's because I'm drawing... I don't know how many chunks I'm drawing. Can I actually find out? Doobie-doo-boop. Where is that? That is in video. Currently drawing 64 chunks. Actually drops below 60 frames per second. Why wouldn't it let me fly? Didn't I do creative? I did creative, didn't I? That's not creative. Why is it not creative? Hilltop lifestyle. Default game mode. Creative. Right. Okay. Apparently this one's not going to let me do it. Bit of a shame. Guess we'll have to actually walk out. But yeah, so once I got inside, I got up to like 120 frames per second. Well, it still looks laggy. It looks horrible on the stream as well. But I think that's the stream settings, which I haven't gone in to fix yet. Ooh. Dufflin. RTX off. But yeah, when I turn RTX on, it drops to half that. But then my rendering settings goes to, I believe, 12 or 16 is the max. 16 chunks. I can push that to 24 at most, and then I think there's a very good chance. Whoops. Haha. Upscaling. I believe that's DLSS. Let's turn that off. Yeah. Drops to under 60. But look at that water. Is that not just absolutely stunning? The reflections, even of the clouds in the sky, are reflected on the water. Absolutely spectacular. I admit I couldn't tell that was a pirate ship from that angle, but alright, that's a pirate ship. Pretty nice looking pirate ship too. And if only this was creative, I could just fly over there, but apparently not. Hopefully peaceful work. Did peaceful work? Still says, oh, personal game mode. Right. That's better. Let's go look at that pirate ship. Yeah, that long since I played Minecraft. Very nice, actually. Really spent some time on that. I like the way they did rigging. That looks pretty good. So have a look at some of these fishy. Where'd that dolphin go? And yeah, like the deeper you go, ooh, underwater chasm. You see how the light actually still filters down because it's directly overhead? But if I go in here, it gets ooh spooky. Until I come back out here. And that's because it's directly overhead. Let's move the sun a little bit. To say, let's just go to sunrise. That should work. And now look how dark it is. Because the angle of the sun is not actually above the water. And look at the way the pirate ship, look at the way the light bends. Yeah, see, because the angle of the sun is actually hidden behind that hill over there at the moment. It's a cool looking kind of wizard's tower, pagoda. They must have really put some effort into this one. This one looks like it's got so many different walkways and stuff. Again, I mean, I would explore entirely, but this is supposed to be more of a quick bit of a demo. Oh, Elytra? Or whatever these things are called. I keep calling them Elytra. That's not what they're called, are they? Because I haven't slept in a bed yet. Anyway. Look at the ice. Look, even the ice is reflective. The snow not so much, but the ice definitely is. It's all shiny. I wasn't expecting the ice to be shiny, but yes, the ice is shiny and has bump mapping. Yes, ray tracing. It makes a very, 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 very big difference. Now the other one I was looking for is there was initially a demo world. Crystal Palace is the same sort of thing again, it's just that. Neon District. Okay, this one's pretty impressive. Elysium Fire. This one has a different tile set, so a lot of the blocks have been changed. So for example, what was... oh, I don't know. I'll have to kind of get into it. But certain blocks look very different to what they would normally look like. So they might have changed a cobblestone, mossy cobblestone block into a block that looks like a neon sign. That's not... It's weird if you were to play it in survival, but that's not the point of that map. The point of that map is to show off all the different RTX features. So let's have a look at that. Unlock template settings. Peaceful default game mode is that. Great. I don't even know what either of those two things were. What the hell is a hoglin? And what crystal fungus? Yeah. See, that's already very different. I don't even know what this is. No, well, I don't get it if I break it, so... let's just see if we are on... We are on creative. Cool. Okay. That is the floor? Oh, that's glass. So in this one, glass is 100% clear. It's not. It has no opacity whatsoever. Zero opacity. So only black glass has any opacity, and that looks like that. Very different, yes? Okay, quick demonstration. Minecraft RTX on, RTX off. Look at that. That's practically... Oh. That's stone? Whatever? That they've decided is just a 100% transparent block in this one. Either that or the texture pack somehow screwed up. My frames per second in this, even with RTX off, is horrible, but look at what I'm rendering with 64 chunk draw distance. Alright, let's go have a look at these, because I bet you this is really important. This looks like something where it's really going to make a difference. RTX off. RTX on. Oh, struggling. Absolutely and utterly struggling to draw that. Frames are almost non-existent. Ah. All right. I think we're back. Yeah, it kind of died because that was a lot. There wasn't any spare system resources to run the stream. I think we're back, and I think it's working. It looks like it's working. I appear to be streaming, and YouTube appears to think I'm streaming. Don't really know what happened there, but anyway, let's try resuming game and see if it crashes again or if it works. It might just crash again. I don't know. I'll try to move very slowly. But yeah, you couldn't do that without RTX. Yeah, turning RTX on and off in this world is apparently a bad idea. That's a way to kill your stream right there if you don't have a capture card doing the work independently of your processing core. I am not. So it is using damn near my entire GPU, a huge chunk of my 32 gigs of RAM, and almost all of my CPU to play and stream this world, which is detailed as hell. And totally gorgeous. I mean, the creator is to be commended for their efforts. This is stunning. But yeah, it takes a lot to run. And it goes on for ages too. I forgot about that. I have seen this before. It's pretty huge. This would have been an immense undertaking. It would have taken a very long time to do all of this. Don't know how necessary it was to go to this level, but you know, some people are that creative. I'm not that creative. I think the most impressive thing I ever did was I made a somewhat scale model of the Titanic with my niece. She was a big fan of the Titanic and she really wanted to make a model of the Titanic in Minecraft. So we made a model, well, not exactly to scale, but it looked right. So when you looked at it from almost any angle, it looked pretty much correct. And then we set it on fire because was like 7 at the time, and that's what you do in Minecraft. You make really cool things, and then you run around with a flint and stone and set it on fire, or you place TNT all over it and you blow it up. It'd be interesting to see if I started a TNT chain and set it off, how bad my frames would tank. But yeah, that's something we can try another day. That's more of a gamer's nexus thing anyway. That's more of a benchmark. We're not here to benchmark, we're just here to look at RTX goodness. I'm going to try turning it off and on again. If the stream crashes, I'll be back momentarily. That's off again. And my frames jump to like in the hundreds because I'm not looking at distant chunks. Then RTX back on again, and my computer damn near crashes. Trying to do it. Struggling. I don't know if the stream seems to be still running, but Minecraft is not having it. I might have killed Minecraft. Alright, well, we'll see if it comes back. But anyway, guys, that's a bit of a demonstration of RTX. There are other things you can demonstrate, but yeah, it's at the settings that I had it on, which was the maximum allowable draw distance in RTX, which is 16 chunks, which is above what they recommend because they only recommend 12. And then turning the auto scaling off, which is the equivalent of turning DLSS off. Can't remember what DLSS stands for, but basically what it does is if you're watching in, let's say, 1080p, it will, to increase your ray tracing ability, it will do all the calculations at 720p and then sort of scale things. Well, not scale things, but it'll render the whole thing at 720p and look around. That's really killing the stream because... Alright, I'm gonna have to kill Minecraft. Right. Okay, you should be able to hear me, even if you can't see anything. But yeah, that would have absolutely destroyed Minecraft. I hope you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me. I will try restarting Minecraft and we'll kill that world and open another one just so that there's something actually happening on screen for you guys. Has OBS not picked up? Ah, there it goes. I was going to say not picked up that we're playing Minecraft at all. Yeah, Neon District. So that is really too much with the RTX levels I was aiming for there. In fact, we might turn the RTX levels back down again. So if I turn ray tracing on, okay, I can't do it while I'm not in a ray tracing world. I guess I have to be in a ray tracing world. Let's go to my survival map. YouTube is still warning me that things aren't streaming smoothly, but they should be streaming smoothly again now because I'm not doing anything anymore. I guess we'll find out after this video goes up if it is bad or well it's bad, and I'll explain that in comments or something, that things went wrong at the end of the video. But otherwise it should just be working, I would think. Let's go to video, my RTX settings. Yeah, 24 chunks. Okay, yeah, that's where the problem is. Like 16 is probably what you want. And upscaling on is better. Makes it run smoother. But I think at 12 chunks I can probably run without it. Let's have a look. Resource packed active. Yeah, medieval resources. Yes. Let me just reattach the Microsoft game bar to the game so I can see how many frames I'm getting. 68 frames per second. Good. And I was going to drop into survival, but since we've had a few stream errors, it would behoove me, make sense to actually reset and start a new stream rather than continue this stream. And I've been mucking around for a while, and I think I might just leave it there. We might play some more Minecraft RTX, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. I should catch people up on where I've gotten to in Cyberpunk, and I still really want to get enough bravery together to play some more Phasmophobia, because I think that game is excellent. I really need to get some friends. It would be easier if I could play Phasmophobia with people. Playing it solo is absolutely and utterly terrifying, and with nothing to do but talk to the microphone. It's not very... it doesn't help much. Doesn't help as much as another person to be there and experience it with you. RTX on, RTX off. Yeah, so indoors 180 frames per second. Yeah, actually the stream health looks absolutely and utterly terrible, so I hope my voice is coming through and not being really choppy. But again, like I said, I'll just leave some comments underneath. So I hope you enjoyed that anyway, guys, right up until the point where it crashed and ruined everything. If you did, hit that like button if you'd like to find more of my content. Hit that subscribe button, makes it nice and easy to find the channel. If you'd like to know when I go live or upload a new video, hit that bell icon. And if you didn't like this video, hit that dislike button. That's what it's there for. But if you do, I would appreciate if you could leave me a comment, let me know what it was about the video you didn't like. If it's something I can improve on, I'll try and improve on it, and I'll give you kudos if it's your tip that I use to make things better. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.